So these tulips have opened up. They're almost past their prime, but still looking great. And I wanted to show you also my winter sowing that has been really successful. There's a lot of different varieties of flowers, herbs, lettuces even. And I've been watering them here and there. Like this one could probably use some water, but been tending to them, and almost all of them have sprouted. Just a couple of them are kind of hanging in there, and I'm not gonna dump out the containers quite yet because I want to give them a shot. Yeah, pretty much all of them have sprouted. Cosmos and Zinnia enjoying the sun today, which is so nice. I had to film a tour. Here's a couple of starts waiting for a customer. A nursery order here. Let's see what else. I think that plant is called it's called a dappled willow or something like that. It's really pretty. My mother purchased that plant for me and put that in there. It's kind of cool walking out the front door. These Japanese giant red mustards have been amazing. I love this vegetable so much. It's just great, like stir fried or put into ramen. And the anthocyanins in this purple, this purple color, are like anti-cancer supposedly. So that's pretty wonderful. A lot of different herbs, golden marjoram and golden oregano. I just love how they've spread out in a carpet on my herb bed, so all the soil is covered and mulched, which is wonderful. Still a few carrots hanging in there. Planted some onions and some more carrots in that space. Still some carrots. This persimmon is coming to life, or coming out of dormancy, rather. Some yarrow, alstroemeria, and some zebra grass coming up. And you'll notice a lot of the things that I had growing over the winter, including these turnips, have been going to flower, and I've been letting them do that because one, I've been kind of busy, and then two, I noticed that the plants like to drop their seeds, and then the seedlings that grow up the next year or the next season tend to be really, they like to kind of grow wherever they think they're gonna succeed at growing. So they end up being really strong and resilient plants. So I've been letting them do that. Those are a row of mustards I've been harvesting from. I really love this. It's called Southern Giant Curled Mustard. And it's got like a slight spicy, like mustardy taste to it, which I think is also kind of like antioxidant, antimicrobial, which is really yummy. And here are the sort of beds that I put together a while back, and they've been doing wonderful. A lot of self-sowing action going on. I believe those are the black night pincushion flowers that have volunteered. Here's the I think it's an oriental perennial poppy, some cerinthy. Thank you to my friend Late, who gave me those seeds originally. Chamomile, self-sowing. I think those are snapdragons as well. I'm pretty sure those are snapdragons. And then this bed is wonderful. I just love nature, and that we get to be part of it. It's an incredible feeling to see the plants just take over this bed in a way that is meaningful to them, you know? They have their own lives and their own intelligence. So there's a bunch of, these are field peas that are like more of a cover crop that I sowed, and they're actually really yummy. I've been eating the shoots. And poppies, these are poppy leaves, mostly poppies actually. And also down here some more cerinthy and chamomile. So lovely, right? Look at this lushness. I love how it just fills in perfectly. And nature is just so perfect. or should I say consciousness is so perfect. And yeah, that is a hollyhock right there that has been going strong for, I believe, a couple years now. It's making another comeback. Not quite sure what that one is, so if anybody knows, let me know. That's a mock orange right here. Let's see. Some Swiss chard, which is going to seed, and I probably should have spaced them out a lot more. Honestly, I think the chard knows this, but I don't like eating chard that much, so I just happen to have a lot of seeds, and I knew that they were pretty much like almost perennials, like they survive almost any weather, and it doesn't get super cold here anyways in the Pacific Northwest. So there are more little beds like this. I just added some compost. There's a local compost giveaway recently. It's part of the yard waste program, so basically we all contribute to composting in the city, and then we get our free share of compost. So I put some plants in. This poppy was already there, and I made another video about this that I'll link above. But there's some chocolate cherry sunflowers, which are looking really healthy and happy there. Different like seedlings that I've winter sowed. I won't talk about it too much since I have another video on it. But yeah, just a lot of goodness going on. There's that comfrey, and I'm a little worried about that comfrey because I think I started it from seed, so I don't think it's a sterile one. So it might like spread, but that's great because I love comfrey, so I don't know why I'm worried. Just a self-reflection. It might. So this is a North Pole apple that's blossoming. So pretty. There's the garden. So many things to show you guys. So many beauties. I forget what that was called, but it's kind of it's like lion something, but it's kind of like a dandelion, but it's a different variety. Daphne. This big old thing right here. A lot of people don't like these, but I like how it kind of, I don't know, like it's very low maintenance. I forgot what it's called. I think euphorbia, actually, yeah. 9 bark. Somebody gave this to me at the Green Elephant plant swap, so thank you to that person, whoever that was. Seed library is still up. There's a hawthorn right there in the corner. Added more wood chips in and everything looks wonderful. This peach isn't doing very great though. There's always like peach, rot or fungus or whatever, like here, and it's hard to grow peaches here. So if anyone has any suggestions for me, I'd be happy to take it. Some rosemary, blueberries. Should probably water those blueberries a little more. They're looking kind of sad. But I did add some sulfur to fertilize them or give them more acidity. Some tree collards popping up. I may have put that in the ground, I don't remember. Blanket of sage, artichoke, so many things. I think I'll just kind of walk around because if I name every single plant, that'll take me forever. Some more flower beds. There's some poppies. Sometimes I don't even remember what I put in because I just put everything in. There's some dazzling blue kale. So dazzling, right? Such a pretty color. I started those indoors as starts. These have been overwintered. Mock choy, or Chinese lettuce. More of that purple mustard or giant red mustard. More bolted chard. Some more plants. Here's some tree collared seedlings that I've self-sown. I think these are rose campion, but I'm not sure. There was a giant rose campion there, and I think it's spread its seeds everywhere. Lovage, some rhubarb. It's going to flower. I think rhubarb flowers every other year. Can somebody confirm that? Not really sure. These are some onions that I think I put in as seedlings last year. And they didn't get big until this year, so I feel like they might bulb up for me, which is cool. Here's some garlic looking really lush. I have a couple of varieties. I think this one is Music and Nootka Rose. Yeah, parsnips going to flower. They do not taste good after they've done this, by the way. I learned that last night. But that's okay. Radishes, Gailan going to flower. Hope I get some little baby Gailans. Some radishes, Linux lettuce. Hopefully they don't bolt. I'll need to water them. I've just been watering with my watering can, actually. Nothing fancy, although I will have to pull out the hose soon. Daikon radish. Yeah, just amazingly lush, everything. There's even some cover crop in here. Once in a while, I'll like yank it out and just like, you know, let it decompose. But I just love the symphony of everything, kind of the energy of everything. It's incredible. Nature is so powerful in the way that it moves through beings like plants and through us. It's just very meditative to be out here. Lots of little seedlings. You know, there's the practical things, you know, we have to water things, but we really want to enjoy this experience, really. It's being part of nature is our purpose, really. It's that simple. Some currants, some more seedling babies. There's some asters, chamomile, alyssum, a lot of different things going on. Can't wait to see them get bigger. Hopefully they are going to adjust well. I just planted them in, so we'll see. Give them some water too. And making some mental notes for myself. Some field peas that I sowed here because nothing else seemed to be taking here, but the peas love it. And I'll just kind of snap off one of these shoots and I'll go on a walk and I'll just take some with me because they're so yummy. And I love eating stuff raw, like foraging stuff. I feel like a real human animal. Yeah, and then a lot of things growing up there. Again, I don't really water, so they're kind of on their own, but so far they seem to be doing pretty good. The things that want to be thriving are thriving. There's even that little Daphne up there that's still hanging out. Rhubarb. Rhubarb's gotten pretty big right here. I thought it was gone for a while, but this is a Brussels sprout, I think. Seedling that I didn't have space for, so I put it there. It's doing its thing now. The raspberries got run over by a car last year, which was really sad. Same with my fig tree, but they've slowly been rehabilitating themselves. Strawberries, Russian sage. I love the scent. And oregano. What a lovely, lovely plant. An herbal remedy. Yeah. What more could you ask for? Onions on the side here. Some neighbor of mine gave those to me. One of the OG Asian farmers, as I call them. Let's see, some bok choy. I definitely need to thin those out, but I love bok choy. So, yeah, I think that was pretty much it for the garden as far as the farm part of it. I wanted to share that I put in some little, like, ground covers, I guess they're called, like moss and like creeping thyme and stuff. It looks pretty bad right now, but it'll hopefully fill in. I've been tending to those. And one of my main purposes today was just to show you guys the greenhouse, and then I realized it was so nice that I might as well film a whole garden tour. One of my tenants planted these tulips a while back, and they have a beautiful essence, beautiful color. There's some Ethiopian kale right behind there. And I like when things self-sow because they're easier, they take care of themselves rather. kind of cool. Some carrots back there too. So yeah, let's head into the greenhouse right after we look at this lemon balm. I just want to smell it. It's so yummy. It's like so lemony and citrusy. So as you guys have been following my adventures of renovating my greenhouse, I have really invested in this thing because I almost gave it away, which would be almost impossible to take it apart, honestly. But I decided to actually invest some energy into it and rebuild it. And it's been such a great investment, personally and professionally. So I've been able to sell all of these starts. I think half of them at least are pre-ordered already. So if you're in the area and you pre-ordered, thank you so much for your support. These plants say thank you. They say, I want to go to my new house, my new garden, and take over the city. And it's so important, especially in the city, for people to stay connected with nature, because it's so hard sometimes. But even if you have, like, you know, a little container where you can grow a tomato or a pepper, it's so gratifying to like taste something that you actually grew and not take your food for granted, you know. So I've got some eggplants, tomatoes. Those tomatoes are actually mine, so they're in the bigger pots and I didn't separate them out, but they still got pretty big, so that's kind of cool. This is my third year starting things from seed, so I guess I'm pretty advanced now. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Mostly tomatoes and peppers, and I put some eggplants in here. Mostly to film this video, honestly. I think I'm gonna put them back inside. It's not quite warm enough for eggplants yet, but I just wanted to like do a little photo shoot. So peppers, let's see what else. My tenants are starting some seeds, so I won't disturb those, but there's some little babies that I've started. Some more tomatoes. I kind of don't know what got into me, but I decided to start a bunch of tomato seeds because I realized I was selling a lot of them, and I particularly really like the sun gold. So hopefully it's not too late for me to start, or for the tomatoes to start. Chamomile, alyssum, which are these cute little tiny flowers. Second round of chamomile and alyssum. Lettuce of different varieties, and I even started some corn down there somewhere, which hasn't sprouted yet. So yeah, that's pretty much the tour of the greenhouse. I just wanted to show you guys. And there's also so there's 4 shelves. There used to be only 2 shelves, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So even the bottom could be filled in. So it's a lot of space. I did have to pay quite a bit for these shelves, but it's such a good investment, I feel like, to have so much space, because, you know, the greenhouse isn't going to grow in size, but I can add more shelving, which is what I did. So yeah. This poor hollyhock has been chewed up for some reason. I didn't know hollyhock leaves, I guess they actually are medicinal, so that makes sense. They kind of have this like mucilage, kind of like sliminess in it, which is good for your gut. So maybe the insects knew that too. Bamboo, Dusty Miller. My mom planted this bamboo for me. That's me, Jerry. This is called a lungwort. So pretty, right? This blue baby with the cute little speckles. I traded for that one at a swap. Some different plants. There's a lovage, some colt's foot. That's those big fan leaves. Tulips up there saying hi. Let's see what else. It's a jam, another lungwort with a different color. Some green tea. Columbine looking pretty healthy back there. Let's see who else we can say hi to. Korean lilac, lots of different, I forget what they're called, but they do pretty well in these kind of rocky areas, so that's why I planted them there. And there's a hazelnut. Hopefully that gets bigger. And the ferns are popping up. Look at that. Coming into consciousness after their slumber. And then, I forget what that was called, but some kind of like, conifer. And then, so I put that piece of cardboard there because there's a lot of shotweed. There's still a lot of shotweed around it. So my impulse is to pull it out, but yeah, they don't like this path being here. They said, I want to grow more plants here, not have a pathway. So I don't know. So it is what it is. There's flowering currant here. She's looking great. Flowering cherry. Hummingbirds love this plant, and so do I. It's like one of the first things to flower. It's actually kind of done flowering now. Forgot, but it's pretty. Oh, look at that fern. I think this is an ostrich fern, actually. Yeah, this is an ostrich fern. So before it unfurls, you can actually eat the the fiddleheads, which is cool. Maybe I'll do that next year. I totally missed my mark on that, or missed my opportunity. Cute little, I think it's called a hebe or something. I don't know what that is, but it's cute. Coral bells. Some little shade plants up there, like columbine. Yep, and then variegated iris as usual. There's some bok choy I sowed and some other like random brassicas and onions. So this lavender has gotten so big. I bought it as like a little 4-inch start in a 4-inch pot. And it smells amazing. I think it's the English lavender. So thank you for coming on this tour with me. I hope it was enjoyable and informative. And I hope you enjoy your day. Thank you.